Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I'm here with today's edition of 90 Day Oy Vey. Michael issues a press release, and Kim and TJ's relationship totally imploded. I mean, when it imploded everywhere. And honestly, that's no surprise to any of us. Let's get right into this, guys. So, first, we start off with Tiger Lily, who did another question and answer sesh on the gram. This time, someone asked her, "Are you still rich?" And she says, well, she considers riches, to be other things about, good health, family, children, etc., which all true. She makes her money, however. She's a handwriting expert. She has an online clothing store and a few other things from the side, but most of her financial freedom comes from investments. What does she find in Adnan, you may ask? Well, somebody did. And she replied, "Oh, there is so many, but my absolute favorite is that he's such a good person. He always does the right thing and has a clean heart. A total gentleman, so masculine. It's very rare these days to find someone like that." Okay, fair. So then someone asked, "Did you pay for the entire wedding?" And she says, "I didn't pay for anything for the wedding. In Adnan's culture, the groom arranges everything. Adnan is very independent and doesn't rely on family or anyone to get things done." Someone asks, "Why did you marry a different religion?" She says, "When you truly love someone, it doesn't matter what religion, nationality, age, or distance there is. Love conquers all." That's just great. That's just great. But we know you need more than love in a relationship. We all know this. We've seen it. "Did you have two wedding dresses? Were they both from there? They're both beautiful. I'll give all the deets about the wedding and my three." So she had three dresses next week. Okay. So finally, she says, um, "We usually ignore the haters and just pray for them. If someone is negative, it's usually because they're unhappy in their own lives. Praying everyone has happiness in their lives instead." So Tiger Lily, you know, um, she has a really positive view on her relationship with Adnan. Honestly, I don't see this lasting very long. I think that he is just trying to come to the US to try to make it as a model. And when he realizes that his modeling ambitions is not going to get him far here, that's where things are going to fall apart. Just my opinion. Okay. Moving on. Brian is a total gaslighting piece of shit, but we all knew that, okay? He tries to pretend that he's this nice guy. It even shows in his post. He starts off showing off a Puerto Rican restaurant, Brian, the nice guy in the wheelchair. Okay, but in the last episode, we saw how he totally gaslighted Ingrid about his age. Okay, but Ingrid knows what she knows, and what she knows is that Brian told her he was 43 when they met 2 years ago, which wouldn't make him 51 now. So not only does Brian gaslight her, but he makes fun of it on social media by posting this. I think that's a real douchey move, but it just kind of covers how his personality is, in my opinion. So moving on, Varia, we all heard about her tragic story regarding her brother. Okay, her and her brother were very close in age. Varia, sorry, Via. Via has eight siblings, and her brother Cody was really close to her. They went from foster home to foster home, and he was killed by law enforcement a few years back. So Via shared her story with the audience, okay, and she also shared her story on why her and her ex Rory have such a close bond. So she went on her Instagram story yesterday. Um, Apparently it was her brother's birthday. They still celebrate his birthday every year. Bia also shared these pictures, which totally tragic. I mean, I was like, oh my goodness. So the girl has a lot of trauma, to say the least, okay, in my opinion, between her upbringing, her brother passing away, and her miscarriage. Girl has lots of trauma, which always on this show translates to Hot Mess Express. So this is Via getting ready on set. You see the green screen behind her. And let's see what happens. Loren, on the other hand, and I keep saying this over and over, and I'm actually going to stop covering him after this unless something major happens that I feel that you guys need to know about, because at this point he's annoying the fuck out of me. He just wants attention. I'm never going to get an interview from the network. I mean, getting an interview from the network is like a root canal, but the way Loren is acting on social media, there is no fucking way they are going to let him interview with anyone. So I'm not even going to bother. He's on this campaign of wanting to be number one 90-day villain. I'm just like, whatever. What are we in junior high school? He put out a fan's phone number. Now, I don't agree with what the fan text him, but hey, doxing, that's what you call doxing a fan or anyone on the internet, is illegal. And he's so nonchalant. He's like, yeah, well, maybe I'll go to jail. Yeah, you'll get your 3 square meals and a roof over your head. Anyway, moving on. Michael issues a press release. Okay, this is also on his page. You guys could pause and read. Basically, he thanks everyone for their support. Addresses all the rumors that are floating around that he's using the GoFundMe money not for legal expenses. He addresses future appearances. If anybody wants to book him for an appearance, you could contact his booking manager. And if anybody wants to interview him in the future, because as of right now, he's not doing any interviews, then you need to contact his booking manager as well. Which I guess it's a really good thing that I got in my interview with Michael before he decided he wasn't interviewing with anyone for a bit. So if you haven't checked out my interview, please do. It's pinned right on the top of my page. You can't miss it. Michael is enjoying his best life. We talked about food during my interview because I'm curious about food. And see here, enjoying nice steak. And Michael participated in a great American pastime. Check this out. And I was just so happy to see him happy. And you guys are going to know exactly what I mean in a moment. Let me share this with you guys. This is Michael participating in the great American pastime of bowling. So check this out, guys. Michael enjoying bowling for the first time.
Good. I'm getting that. Getting. This one try him for one. Yeah. Hi guys, how y'all doing? Yeah, I'm bowling. I decided to come on live here, share with you guys my IG family. Thank you so much. Damn, that was good. Hey George, How you doing? How you doing? Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Three more.
So there you go. Michael enjoying the great American pastime of bowling. And I'm just happy to see Michael happy, to be honest with you, because we all remember what he looked like on the tell-all, and that was a man defeated. And now that's a man that has new life, honestly. Okay. And yes, I am aware of all of the revelations brought up by other content creators regarding what Michael may or may not have been going on. Check out my recap, and I'll explain about the revelations. And all I have to say is you need to vet your sources. No shade, but sometimes you need to vet your sources beyond just talking to them through messages. That's all I'm gonna say. So check out my recap if you haven't already, and you'll understand what the fuck I'm babbling about. So the 90-day fiance contract was leaked on Facebook by 90 Day Sherry. Okay. I'm not going to torture you guys by reading it all. I'm just going to give you the cliff notes and you could pause to read. Basically, when you sign this, Sharp Entertainment and TLC owns your soul. They could take your likeness, they could take your voice, they can make your likeness into a caricature. They could do whatever the fuck they want with your likeness, your voice, your face, your physical appearance. You're signing it away. Okay. Speaking of physical appearance, do you notice how in those confessionals it's all uniform from the beginning to the end? You cannot change your hair. You can't, if you're a woman, you can't get a haircut. You can't dye your hair. You can't do anything drastic to your appearance. How you started off the beginning of the season, you need to ride it out until the end. Okay? Now, speaking of appearances and wardrobe, producers have to approve your wardrobe. Okay? Can't be anything with logos on it or anything like that. But if they happen to approve a logo that is yours, okay, like for example, the Kiki and Kibitz logo. If they would happen to approve it, if I decided to appear on 90 Day Fiance for whatever crazy fucking reason, they had they have every right to use it in whatever way they see fit. And I can't say a fucking thing. Doesn't matter that it's my Kiki and Kibitz logo. They could take it, they could use it for advertising, social media, whatever way they feel fit. Also, the producers, they reserve the right to talk to your family members, your friends, your neighbors, the stranger that lives across the street that has 20 cats, whatever the case may be. Production reserves the right to talk to anyone and anybody in your life, okay, to get background information. And speaking of background information, if there's anything on your social media or in your background, such as maybe an arrest or something, you need to let production know ASAP. Okay. Now, how much is oh the other thing? I'm just giving you guys the highlights of this. You know how much they're getting paid, guys, for all this? Now, this contract, I was like, what? They get paid $1,000 an episode. Now, I've seen a Matt Sharp NDA contract before, but it's not with TLC. It's with WeTV for Love After Lockup. I've seen a couple, and they are similar in many ways, as in the you're not allowed to say anything about your storyline, what's coming up, what might come up. Um, the the term of the contract, okay, you are locked in to this contract from 1 year of your last episode. And during that 1 year period, they have a right just to pick you up and give you an option. And whether you take that option or not, then you're still stuck in a 1 year contract. Okay. So you have to basically pray that you get to that 1 year mark and that it expires and TLC doesn't decide to extend it or option you and pick you up or whatever. Because if you don't want to do the show, then you're basically locked into it. I told you, they own your soul. Okay, it's really fucking scary. So the 90-day contract is very similar, just a lot more detailed and honestly a lot more predatory than the Love After Lockup WeTV contract. Craziness. Tim, and speaking of craziness, TJ and Kim's relationship implodes all over the internet. Okay. At one point, they were happy. She returned to India and they were happy. Okay. And, TJ said, we'll see. And she'll be here as long as she's happy. And, they were happy for a bit. But the happiness didn't last long. Oh no, it did not. And yeah, Kim and TJ got into a big, huge fight. Are we surprised? And TJ posted first that Kim ripped up all his pictures, ripped up all the pictures, and he's like, I'm done. Goodbye forever. Nothing I do makes you happy. But then, you know, Kim made a comeback. Kim had to come back and explain exactly what was going on because TJ deactivated his IG. After he posted all that, he took everything down and shut down his IG. And Kim, in a over an hour long live, which I'm not going to share with you guys. I'm going to save you that torture. Even the clip that I managed to put together was almost 10 minutes long. She had really bad reception. It kept pausing. I mean, it took a lot of patience to get through this. Basically, she talks about that this fight where she ripped up the pictures has been building up, okay, for a bit, which to me is no surprise. Um, Let me go back a little bit. First, she talks about that there has been DV between them before they got married. She had an apartment, not the one above the family, like her own apartment that she would go to when she needed space from TJ. And one day she needed space from him and he wouldn't leave, so she was trying to usher him to the door and he turned around and, clocked her one in the face, but apparently she says she turned around and clocked him back because she's not one to take that coming from a physically abusive childhood. Then she talks about another argument after they got married. Uh I don't even remember what apparently they were arguing about her wanting to clean and he didn't want her to clean. So she was trying to get up to clean and he was blocking her. Then he ran to the kitchen, according to Kim, grabbed a knife, ran in the back bedroom, and threatened to, harm himself. So Kim is like, okay, like that was like no good, not healthy. Then they're fighting, having all these arguments, and TJ apparently works, I think, 2 to 3 days a week, like a 6 hour trip or so away from where they live. So TJ invited her, to go to get, a change of scenery, maybe, change her mood or whatever the case may be. And they argued all the time there. They argued about the bus leaving. They argued about Kim trying to give him a kiss. And he was like, not even interested. They even argued about French fries. Okay. Now she was making my head spin, but I was hanging in there, taking notes for you guys, trying so I could give you the cliff notes. So now this fight, okay, was because after, the whole argument over French fries thing, they weren't speaking, but there was some type of festival holiday coming up, and she was preparing a meal. So she wanted to know how many people she was preparing a meal for, and TJ wasn't communicating with her. So they got into a big fight, and she decided to rip all of the wedding pictures from her wedding album, which, according to her, has her name misspelled. Because, as you remember from their season, she had no input on the wedding at all. So she gets into all this. She says even if she wanted to divorce TJ, he wouldn't let her because he always said that he would never sign the divorce papers. She said anyone who said her and TJ are getting a divorce has the facts wrong, blah, 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 blah. All this stuff is going on. And then she posted this reel today, which brings up the question: is this old? Is this currently? What the hell is happening?
I love you. What is this? Why are you grabbing me?
So, you guys, like, I don't know what the hell is going on. Whether her and TJ are divorcing, they're back together. I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused. So here's some the other way cast. We have James and Tata. Tata, who doesn't stop fucking crying, selling their jewelry line on the gram. And Shekinah gave a review. Thanks to check out Reality T Squad. Not Reality T Squad. I apologize. 90 sips of reality tea for the Shekinah review of James and Tata's banana chips. Okay, Shekinah's a fan, and watching her eat them, I was like, interesting. I wonder how they would taste. Corona talks about her ears and her wardrobe. She is just fucking ridiculous. Guys, stay tuned for my the other way recap. I know I've fallen a little behind, but this season is just ridiculous to me. And Corona's a big part of it. And we have Dempsey living her best life. Dempsey and Statler warming on this week. Thank goodness. Because of Statler. Ed's engagement. Surprise, surprise. It is over. I guess she didn't want to film, huh, Ed? Now, Danielle and Yohan, on the other hand, okay? Danielle said, I'm going to let you guys listen to what she said, okay? Danielle said that she was going down to the DR and she was going to get her goal accomplished, okay? Now, listen to what her goals were going down to the DR, okay? And then it looks like she got it done one way or the other.
I'm not settling because, number one, I don't really want a partner.
Oh, wait. Guys, this is from a TikTok live that Danielle did in the beginning of September. Okay, so I just want to point this out. This was a couple of weeks ago, and she's talking about her upcoming trip to the DR.
Very honest with you. I've been very happy this year by myself and created a lot of really beautiful things. But there are also things that I do really need a partner for. And it is better to have a partner. And in all ways except for really one or two. Yohan was an amazing partner. I know that nobody expects to hear that, but like there were a lot of things that he did do that just nobody had a chance to see. So I'm going to allow him to have the life that he deserves. And the truth is, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's not really going to affect me. Nothing. It's not like he can take anything from me. That's not true. You can't say he was never good to me. He was good to me a lot of times. I don't think it was always obvious to you. Every single thing that you saw Yohan do and not do that was awful to me was in retaliation for something he believed I was doing. Like he felt like first of all, he felt inadequate because he couldn't make money and work and like do all of these things. And I was running a business. I was doing all of the man things, running a business, paying the bills, managing all the shit. And he was sitting on the couch watching cartoons, watching me, which made him feel like shit. And he was broke. And people in Dominican Republic make terrible decisions when they are broke. So I'm trying to be compassionate. He cheated on me multiple times. Multiple. He can work. No, when he comes to the United States, he comes with a green card because we've been married for more than 2 years. So it's not like he's here now. I wouldn't take him here if he wasn't working. He's going to come here and work. I'm going to give him a chance to be a man. Thanks for standing up for Michael. To me, it's the same thing. Like, let's imagine that he scammed Angela, right? He still put in 7 years. Like, whether or not my marriage with Yohan worked, we've still been married for all these years. So like, he's entitled to paperwork. Thank you, Terry. Listen, I'm not pretending that this is the best idea I've ever had. I'm also not pretending that this is going to be easy. I'm not even pretending that I know I'm really going to be able to do it. But what I said was, I'm going to Dominican Republic and I'm either leaving with a divorce or a husband.
And guess what, guys? She is coming back with her husband. So Danielle got what she wanted. Like she said, she was either going to get him to sign the divorce papers or she was coming back with a husband. So I wish nothing but the best for them. Thais and got a nose job. Honestly, I thought she didn't need one to begin with. It wasn't broke. Why fuck with it? But hey, it is what it is. She got a nose job. Robert and Annie. Annie is over her pregnancy. They're celebrating 5 years together. Congratulations. Annie cannot wait to give birth at the beginning of November. Robert did a couple of interviews for Access Hollywood and ET. Watch the ET interview and make sure you have a box of tissues. That's all I'm going to say. Now, David and Annie are also having a child. They had a cute reel about what they wanted the baby to have, what characteristics from each other. David says that he hopes that the baby has her hair, her body, her personality, her smile. Annie says she hopes the baby has David's brain, and Annie's cravings involve fruit, which I remember when I was pregnant, I was the same. I wanted lots and lots of fruit. So, congratulations. They are having a girl. Congratulations to David and Annie. All the best to you guys. Happy birthday, Darcy and Stacy. And Gabe wishing Darcy a happy birthday to one of the kindest people he knows. Last Resort, Season 2, rumored cast. We have Jasmine just thanking the good Lord for accepting her faults and all. And Gino just having the time of his life, eating whatever the fuck he wants. Brandon and Julia, who are also rumored to appear on Last Resort Season 2, which I think will probably come out sometime in November, went to Germany for Oktoberfest, and they look like they're having a grand old time until Julia lost them in the crowd. Rob is enjoying Taylor Mexico, okay, on his own. His other two amigos, Josh and Jamal, are not with him. So he's enjoying some alone time in Mexico. While it was Sophie's birthday. Happy birthday to Sophie as well. And Kay seems to still be an issue, okay? Especially when it comes to Claire. Someone please fucking take Claire's phone away. And I'm going to show you, okay? I know I've shown you guys this before in the past, but like now it's getting to the point of please, please, someone just take it away. Cut her off. I mean, something.
Come home with a new bond. This will never replace my OG baby. But this will start.
Then she goes on to rant. So I just decided to just screen record it and make it a video so you guys could just see how she goes on and on. I mean, you could pause to read if you want, but it's just the usual Claire being codependent and self dependent, honestly, on Sophie. You guys know I'm not a Sophie fan, but hey, I'm starting to see more and more why she acts the way she acts. I mean, geez. And of course, Claire always loops it back to Rob. It's always because Rob is manipulating and whatever the case may be. I don't know. I do feel bad for Sophie, but it is what it is, I guess. So moving on, Ari and Binny also rumored to be appearing on Last Resort too. Now Ari has been traveling. She just came back from Ecuador. And guess who her tour guide in Ecuador was? Raul. Do you remember Raul? He was the shit stirrer with Evelyn and Corey. Okay, well, Raul has been her tour guide in Ecuador. She's living the life traveling, and Benny is in Vegas doing shows, living his life. They're both rumored to appear on Last Resort too. I wonder if this from earlier this year is going to come up. There was a TikTok out there showing Benny kissing and being very cozy with a very beautiful young lady who was not Ari. So just wondering if this is going to be brought up. We shall see. Now, before I wrap up this edition of Oy Vey, just a couple of miscellaneous updates. Hello there. We see you, Manuel. And he wants us to follow him on TikTok. He's going to be going live talking about his adventures. I wonder how his English has been improved. That's what I want to see. How far that has come along. And we have Jovi trolling the fans. Okay. And we have Jenny trolling one of the 90-day clickbait accounts. Putting these two side to side started to make my head hurt. We have Nikki Exotica and Miona. And then we have Yara, okay, who is having a girls' day with Mila. And we have Emily with ATM. And ATM is such a cutie. Now, Natalie is living her best life. Okay. Simon Ceviche and all, living her best life. And before I wrap up this edition of Oy Vey, I just wanted to put up something that Michael actually shared to his story this week. Real is rare. fake is everywhere. Thank you so much, guys, for watching me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please subscribe if you don't already. Hit the like button. Share my video with a friend or 10. And please consider joining my membership. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye, everyone.